Is it possible to create a cute and tiny software empire? Cute and tiny is how gigantic empires are built. That's the formula. The boring ones are always a bad investment and they fade away, implode. The ranking algorithm behind the once useful search engine used to be cute and tiny. The AI that now runs the biggest video site is actually cute and tiny, though nobody understands it. Even database indexes, critical to speedy data lookups, are just cute and tiny, nested 2-branch trees. The real definition of a good algorithm is actually cute and tiny. Unless you're doing pure research. There, all the cuteness is replaced with regret. But this is not a poem about algorithms and their cuteness. This is a poem about empires. One of the first speed bumps when learning programming is knowing which library has your function. You see, before you are able to save a file, you have to import the file system library with the save function. This kind of never gets easier, especially if you like learning a lot of languages. You always have to go into documentation and Control F to see where everything's at. This right here, in the beginning, is where you can build your first tiny empire. You simply sell a file system library. Instead of saying import the main file system library, which will still be useful, you ask your users to say import your cute file system library. And here, when someone tries to save a file, that file will be stored on your very simple servers where it can be exposed for downloading, for sharing, for being imported into some other library. Really, this is just a file system. There is no limit to how far you can take it. In fact, the closer you keep it all together, the higher the chance of creating something truly beautiful. You can, for example, offer non-persistent, temporary, in-memory only storage, where files expire after a little bit. You can clamp them down to size and call them something like sweets, kind of like tweets. You can use trick file names where they represent a checksum of the content that they store. So 10 million programmers saving their hello world code example will actually access the same file because it's the same content. This will really save on memory. Nobody knows where this could take you. There's no limits here. Maybe you could even scan if code being uploaded to your servers is well formed. This would eliminate storing garbage and increase security because you could be certain that only code is being stored on your servers and not some weird stuff that you haven't accounted for. You could offer web page publishing, where saving HTML to one of your fancy files would end up being served under the user's domain name. How cool is that? You can take the Pastebin or Wikipedia approach to signups. Everything is free until it starts costing you money. Now, every programmer in the world will be advertising your service. Every person learning programming will be including you in their test code. Now, please note that all of this is accomplished with no user interface. It's just a library that your users are including, and then they follow some directory path convention, like on Unix, for example, where it's home followed by the username. Then you have some extra hidden stuff like passwords and logins and configuration, then a public folder, maybe a code folder. Oh my gosh, there are no limits here, none whatsoever. Cute, tiny, without limits, and full of ideas is how truly great and cute empires are built.